Hey guys! Alright, this is the second episode of Bulk Style, okay? And what I'm going to do here is, for those of you who've seen my previous videos, I'm going forward with this series as if anybody seeing this is brand new to the stuff that I do. So I'm going to explain what I do on eBay. I'm going to talk to you guys about eBay accounts and talk to you guys about dropshipping. And the first couple of videos are just going to be with that kind of new person perspective in mind, so that I can re-explain some of the things I've already explained in my previous videos, because I don't expect anybody to go through and watch all of my previous videos. There's like almost 300 of them, so I'm sure there's things you could learn from them, but I don't expect that degree of patience, okay? So what this video is going to be about is me showing you my eBay account and talking about account limits and growth, okay? So let's get to it. We're going to change the format over here and then Alt-Tab. All right. So we're at my eBay Seller Hub. Here you can see my eBay username. It's Gully Games, and my feedback rating. I have 1,800 feedbacks. Sweet. I'm almost at 2,000. That's fantastic. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is account limits. All right. So when you sell on eBay, you can't just post all of the items that you want to post, okay? When you first make an eBay account, you're only able to post like 10 items. Isn't that crazy? So when I started, what I was doing is I'd bought a whole bunch of N64 Nintendo products off Craigslist. And the idea in my head, I just knew, I was like, oh, I can just sell these on eBay. So I'm just going to buy them. So I get to play around with them because that's fun. That's something I enjoy doing. And then just sell them and hopefully earn some money. But I had no plan on earning money at the time. So I was like, all right. And I ended up buying a bunch of stuff. And I got like some friends to invest some money in me. And I found myself with like 12 Nintendo 64 consoles and like 30 or 40 games, and then I go to start posting them on eBay, and I found out that I can only post 5 in that category per month at the beginning. So that was really disappointing. I was like, oh man, wait, I have like 50 things to sell. You're telling me it's going to take like 10 months? Jesus. Anyway, my point is, when you start, there's only so much you can progress, because really it's just about showing eBay. It's like, hey, I can sell things and not make customers hate me. Cool. You do that for like 90 days, then you start getting into some account limits that you can actually work with. Usually after like 30, you can get, more than 10. It'll go from like 10 to 100, something like that. But at first, your account limits will be a big issue. But you will eventually get to a point where they're basically non-existent, okay? So the thing I'm going to explain here, like, look at these limits: 2.7 million items and $180 million worth of items. I couldn't feasibly fill these up, even with dropshipping. It's just hard to. So you do get to a point where you can pretty much just post whatever you want as long as you're able to post it in the first place, okay? You become more limited by your time and your ability than an actual like account limitation, okay? But it takes a while. It took me 3 years of doing stuff on eBay to get to a point where my eBay account is this big. And it wasn't until very recently that this happened. So let me explain a little bit more about account limits, because this ultimately is why I do what I do and why bulk dropshipping is a thing, okay? Because eBay account limits grow exponentially. They grow by a percentage of what they currently are. So even if you're only able to grow by like 40% a month, eventually you get huge. And once you start getting big, every month you get an increase. That increase is more than the total growth of your account since you started. It's the basic premise of, exponential growth. So if you've ever heard of the whole concept of, would you rather have like $1,000 today or a penny one week that doubled every week? That kind of thing. Eventually it gets to be millions. It's always better to pick the penny that doubles because of its ability to tap into exponential growth. So the thing here, obviously it gets to a point where you can't keep up with that growth. But until that point, you do have the ability, as long as you are being profitable and you've gotten a method to post listings, if you can keep up with your account growth, you can exponentially earn more income. The trick here is that as you exponentially, you post exponentially more items, you're also going to have to spend exponentially more time dealing with this. And that is where bulk comes in. Because what I believe is that bulk does have a point where you can't post any more items, definitely. I'm getting close to that point just based on the fact that I only use Walmart, and there is an actual limitation on how many items they sell. I can't post 10 million Walmart items if they only actually sell 1 million that I want to sell, right? So that's a bit about account growth and that kind of thing. Now, next what I'm going to talk to you about is sales. So in the last year, I've done 150,000 in sales. Cool, yada yada. Surprisingly, my late shipment rate is 0%. I don't know how that happened. It used to be like higher than that. That's pretty cool. Go Walmart, you rock. So what I'm going to do after this, because right now I haven't told you too much about what my business is, how it operates, what dropshipping is. A lot of you guys already know, but again, I'm going off of the impression that you don't know anything about me or what I do or what dropshipping is. So the next video is going to be more about dropshipping, but for now I'm going to talk to you guys about sales, okay? Because my sales are going to go down. And there's something I want to make sure that you guys know. I could make this number really big if I wanted to, but don't be a fool. Don't think that because somebody can show you that they have $100,000, $200,000 in sales, that may look exciting and that may sell most people. But the reality is that that has very little to do with how much money they're earning. All right? Because if you look at this, there are people who have way more sales than I do. But I can guarantee you that most people who do are not freely sharing their information like I do. My interests are to expose everything that I do so that you, whoever it is watching this right now, can learn from my mistakes and my experiences and get to a point where I'm at faster than I did. Okay? I want you to grow and develop. That is what I want. And yeah, I'm making money. And I'll talk to you guys about some of the ways that I'm monetizing this experience. But my ultimate goal is for you to have access to information and get experience quickly. Okay? And that's why I'm not going to do numbers for you guys. I'm not going to show you guys the money that I'm earning. I'm not going to take the time to do income reports and that kind of thing because I don't believe in the attention that it brings. And let me explain why. Because this number right here, right, 23,000 in a month, that's not very much, okay? Say that I'm earning $4,000 of this. It's possible that somebody else is earning $500. It's possible that somebody else is earning $10,000, right? You don't know how much money somebody is earning based on the sales that they have. It's not enough information. And what I could do, say that I wanted to convince you to listen to me. What I could do very, very easily, given the size of my eBay account, is I could just change the prices of my items so that all I really do is process sales and then maybe earn $1, right? I don't earn any money. I would get tons of sales. I could easily get $100,000 or $200,000 in sales a month. But all I would be doing is making a number to show you guys so that then I could convince you to listen to me. The ironic thing is I wouldn't be making any money. So that's my distinction here. If you're a person who needs me to show you what I'm doing is profitable so that you can have some guarantee that you can do it exactly how I do, this YouTube channel isn't for you. This YouTube channel is for people who want to learn about dropshipping. They want to educate themselves as much as possible about dropshipping. They want to see that the life that you want to live is possible through dropshipping. That is my intended audience. I'm not going to try and convince you guys anything. I'm not ever going to tell you that I have all my crap figured out. I'm going to expose the weakest parts of myself, my doubts, my fears, and my insecurities, because ultimately I believe that that is better than me just getting a really high sales number and convincing people that I'm worth listening to. All right. So that was just my little rant about eBay, showing you guys account limits, talking to you guys about growth. And the ultimate takeaway of this is this bulk mentality where, okay, eBay limits grow exponentially. So your business can grow exponentially as long as you're able to consistently post more items and meet and keep up with your account growth. How do you do that? Bulk. That's the basic premise of it. All right. See you guys. I'll see you next episode.